was ich euch noch sagen wollte ist, das hier, ich gehe gerade vorbei und sehe halt diese Kunststoffansaugtrichter und so, das sieht irgendwie alles so modern aus. Das ist der Motor aus diesem GMA V12. Das Auto, was der Designer von dem McLaren F1 gebaut hat. Nachhinein nochmal. Das Auto ist leider nicht so attraktiv von außen, aber das ist der stärkste V12 Saugmotor, den es bis jetzt gab in einem Straßenauto. Es sind 3,9 Liter, V12, 12.100 Umdrehungen Straßenauto, 650 PS und jetzt haltet euch fest, das Auto, der Motor dreht hoch auf 12.000 Umdrehungen aus dem Leerlauf. In welcher Zeit? 0,3 Sekunden. 0,3 Sekunden von Leerlauf auf 12.
Also mittelmäßiges Ansprechverhalten, ne?
Mittelmäßig. Gerade noch akzeptabel. Und das ist alles möglich, weil das hier hat meine Attention so ein bisschen rangeholt. Hier ist nochmal ein E-Motor drauf. Das ist eine komplette Eigenkonstruktion und schau dir mal an, wie schmal der Motor baut. Okay? Ein ganz, ganz, ganz schmaler Motor. Und dann stand ich hier gerade, habe mich damit ein bisschen beschäftigt, kam gerade ein Mitarbeiter hier vorbei. Und der Mitarbeiter sagte, der Motor ist leer, ohne Kolben, Pleuel, Nockenwellen oder irgendwas. Ne? Die Trockensumpfspierung ist dran, aber sonst nichts. Und nur das kostet 167.000 US-Dollar.
Okay, so, and this is our titanium exhaust, all new.
Yeah, I saw it.
Warner turbos. These are larger. These we have every hose remolded.
And the same style.
Same
Because
style.
they have this-
I want everything to look factory.
Yeah, right.
No more distributor. All coil on plug.
And ID injectors?
Upgraded injectors, ignition system, alternator.
And Bosch Motorsport
mil
connectors.
spec harnesses.
Yep.
And you know, and this. Yeah, and 620 foot-pounds of torque.
And they're 3.6, 3.8, 4 liters?
2.85. We haven't touched the displacement. Same. New piston.
Wait a sec.
No change in displacement. None.
But the rods. They're
the
Panko rods.
Panko titanium rods. New Ed Pink designed a new piston. CP. He designed it. Bumped the compression slightly. New valves, new lifters, new valve springs. Cam profile has changed slightly. Ed Pink did all of the internal mechanical engineering changes. We did all the exterior stuff with the Motec and the turbos and the coil on plug and the injectors and the ignition. All of that is us.
But wait a minute. 2.8, 850?
Yes, sir.
And the heads are water cooled and the block is air cooled.
Yes. And the heads are ported and polished. Every little detail is done to this engine. But keep in mind, this was a race engine from day one. Remember? It was
I know.
It was the Indy engine, and
I know.
936 ran this engine. And
One small detail. Siehst du das Auto auf dem Poster?
yeah,
Remember? We had this car in the museum for a long time.
Did you?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
only one. It never drove.
is there only one?
There's only one of these, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a G model underneath and it was very...
Yeah, I remember it was just a shell, basically.
Group B,
Yeah,
license plate on it. No, but 2.8.
yeah. We have not
So this
increased
is
the displacement.
at least 2.2 bar.
It's about 2.2 bar. Yes. Yep. Right there. Which they ran a lot of boost anyway, and they run it efficiently. We have no issues at all.
And they're still water-cooled heads.
Yep. Air-cooled cylinders.
I'm very impressed
It's-
with the number.
It's amazing.
It's strong.
Yeah.
Must be super fast.
It's
They were fast anyway.
They were fast, but now, and two things. We've taken out 250 pounds of weight,
Additionally,
removed.
250 pounds.
So the suspension, all the suspension was very heavy.
It's true.
Okay? And then here you have, we got rid of the iron rotor hats and everything. The rotors are bigger, but all that's changed. Titanium springs, not steel. And the shocks are lighter, and all the hydraulic stuff's gone. There's no distributor. The exhaust is much lighter.
But
all
still,
the exhaust.
250 is a lot.
Yeah, but all of this with the oil tank and everything, the net difference on suspension was 120 pounds. With all that other
Lines,
stuff.
pump.
Tank, all the
true.
stuff. It was
All
120 pounds.
So you gained
haven't-
room.
Huh?
Room.
Yes.
This took a lot of room.
Yes. Oh, God, yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. And then all through the car, we've modernized things that are lighter, newer, smaller. All the electronics, so just the ECU is this tiny little box, right? Everything added up to 240 some pounds exactly.
So what ECU are you running?
Motec. It's all Motec now.
Yeah, because you're motorsport guys.
Yeah.
Motec is always too expensive for us tuner boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't run Motec.
Yeah. No, it's.
No, but still, 2.8 liters and the power.
Yeah.
Poah.
No, it's. And so, without even trying.
Daily driven.
91 octane fuel.
No. Wow.
Yes. And what's nice is that you just let the clutch out and stand on the gas and it does 2.5 seconds to 60 because it's got grip.
Yeah.
Doesn't need traction control. It puts it all on the ground. And it goes high 9 seconds, low 10 seconds and a quarter of a mile. It's fast. But it's, again, it puts the power on the ground. You know, that's what most cars don't do.
For a car from, I mean, it's modern technique now inside, of course, but
Yeah.
for a car from that time,
I know. Amazing.
it's worth the money.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but
So
it's worth
this
the money.
959?
It looks sad.
First one in the United States ever.
It's a French license plate, right?
So, yes, but I'll tell you the story. So this is the car I brought to the United States in 1987. This car.
This car.
This car.
Okay.
And came here on a tourist visa. Somebody else brought it in as their car. I drove it for 1 year on the tourist visa, and then under 1 year it has to leave the United States. So I sold this car to Paul Allen for Microsoft.
Yeah.
And he took it to Europe, and it stayed there. That's where it stayed.
In French.
Yeah, and he had a place, I think, in Italy, too. But it never left there. And then his sister, when she sold things of his a year and a half or so ago, she sold it to some gentleman in New York. And now it's here. I'm servicing it. I put 18-inch wheels on it instead of these 17s. Look how different they look.
Yeah.
And did you know they were supposed to have 18s to start with? As Porsche said they were supposed to have 18s,
Okay.
but they couldn't get tires in time.
True.
For production, so they had to do 17s, and we make these 18s. I have these made in Italy.
And hollow spoke.
Magnesium, hollow spoke. I paid for optimized engineering, and
I like you.
And they're TUV approved.
Hollow spoke. How
Hollow
much you paid for that with TUV approved?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Also ganz kurz zur Erklärung. Hollow spoke bedeutet, die Speichen sind hohl von innen.
And they're lighter and stronger than the original wheel.
I mean, the casting technology really improved.
Way improved.
Way
And the
improved.
tire technology is improved, so the tire's actually lighter because it's an 18 instead of a 17. You got less sidewall, so there's a little bit of weight. All the weight added up a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit at a time. Like distributor.
TUV approved.
TUV approved.
With a magnesium hollow spoke wheel.
Yes.
They laughed at you in the beginning.
No, not so much. This company does BBS's magnesium castings.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but that's and the nice thing is it has a plated finish, so we don't get the porosity in the magnesium. They're powder coated when they show up on my doorstep,
Yeah.
and then I finish them with my coatings. You know.
So I saw you have also a lot of the old magnesium race wheels. So you also, was das englische Wort für X-ray? You X-ray them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had a set of for my S1.
Right.
S1 Audi wheels.
Right.
And we also
Yeah.
X-rayed them. And
Have to.
Have to, right?
Yeah, because they fail over time.
Yeah, they crack.
So anyway, so this was the first car. It was the first car in the United States, 959. It's the first one I drove. It's the first time I went 200 miles an hour in this car. And then I haven't seen this car. I only saw it late last year for the first time since 1988.
Germans always relate this car with Boris Becker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was the only German who really drove it. He was a famous guy, you know, the
Right.
tennis player.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So he had this car.
I remember he had
and
one.
Franz Beckenbauer, I think, had also one. And these were the two people who had these cars.
Yeah.
So it was the absolutely super car. And it was not so extreme from the look compared
No.
to the F40. Everybody loved the Ferraris, but
Yeah.
this was the way faster car.
Yeah. And the design is timeless.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
timeless.
no question.
So.
And what I always like, because I had one for some time, when you at the traffic light and you hear the water running around you,
Yeah.
it's
Especially cold when you
Yeah,
first
it's a
start out.
special sound
Yeah.
that you have because people always you don't hear the sound in an old Porsche.
Yeah.
It's like a
No,
like
exactly.
a bathtub letting water out of the bathtub. So how many 959s are here right now in the building?
I think there's 18. 18, yeah. Some in pieces, but there's 18.
Did you expect it that everything in your life goes like that?
No. No, not at all. But, you know, some things in your life, you have to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't happen on their own, so you make it happen. So the other thing is, see, of these 50 cars, no two will be alike. No two are the same color. That one's ruby stone.
You make
with
sure
white.
that this happens.
Oh, no, I tell customers these colors are taken. Porsche has so many great colors.
Absolutely.
We never run out of colors. So we have a car that's going to be Gulf blue. We have a car that's going to be Faience yellow. We have a car that's going to be NATO olive green. I mean, we did an oak green. We did a tangerine. We did a liquid metal. We did a, I forget all the colors.
I would take mine in Unterberg.
Viper green. We've done some beautiful colors. Nice. They all look, and the car takes on a different personality in color. You mean, you look at that blue car, or that ruby stone car, or that Irish green car, it changes the whole car.
I got one question. What's your favorite new car that you can buy in the moment? From any car.
So
any brand.
my favorite new car recently was a 911R, which I have, the 2000, what are they, 16? I forget what year they are, 15. That car I like a lot. I want to get an ST.
We drove one yesterday.
Did you?
A beautiful one.
That's what I
The
want.
press car, the blue one with the...
Okay.
On every picture,
Yeah, I'd like to have that car.
So I told you how special it is.
Yeah, so that would be what I get. I'm trying.
You didn't get one?
I didn't get one yet. I'm working on that.
What were your favorite color on ST?
I think I would have Porsche painted my you saw my Sunoco blue 934.5 right there. I think I'd have them painted that color. But we did that midnight blue. That gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So, and here's another thing we do.
So only one?
Only one of each color.
But 50 colors, that's a lot of colors. So some people have to choose crazy
We've
colors.
already picked 27 colors, so not hard to do. Really not hard to do. There's a lot of great colors. So here's the other thing we do. So midnight blue metallic, if you look at it the way Porsche did it back in the day, it had a lot of brown in it, it had a black in it, it had a red in it. It didn't look pure blue.
It's true.
So what we do is we formulate our own colors here. We mix our own colors, and we do use toners, and we use pearls instead of metallics. So midnight blue comes out midnight blue.
Das ist wirklich krass. I worked at Porsche when I was younger.
Okay.
Das ist wirklich krass, was er gerade sagt. Das stimmt. Dieses Mitternachtsblau ist der typical 993 color.
Yes.
Und auf dem 993, wenn du hingehst, sehen die, and they all never look alike.
Right.
Die sehen alle so ein bisschen unterschiedlich aus und haben so verschiedene Shades in dem Farbton drin. Und vorhin, ich sage immer nicht alles, was ich so sehe. Ich ging vorhin dann vorbei und dachte mir so, boah ey, das ist echt ein super klarer Mitternachtsblau-Farbton. Und jetzt sagt er das auch noch so, weil wenn du so schuckst, auf dem Heckspoiler zum Beispiel, du siehst der Farbton, zum Beispiel hier, der Farbton ist super klar in dem Farbton. And normally when you walk around a midnight blue car, you see shades. You see different things.
Well, and if you don't have good light, it almost doesn't look blue.
No.
It looks black. It disappears to black. And I went across the street in the showroom and it looks black. So I said, I want it to look blue in the dark, period. I don't want it to look black. So we changed all the mixing formula. And Porsche didn't have that technology back then. It wasn't there. We didn't have it, to do this. So now look at this car, no matter where you look in the shade, it's blue. And it doesn't have brown in it, it doesn't have red in it. And we do that with every Porsche color. We reformulate them using modern technology to make them cleaner, brighter.
So if I want to buy one now, how long will it take?
24 months.
Every time when you come in, it's 24 months.
Well, depends on how many orders, but like right now, it's 24 months based on what I have.
And I don't have a 959, so you have some in stock. You have them, right?
Yes, I do.
If I want to change my interior, I don't have to pay any additional costs, so everything comes on top.
Everything is standard. It all is inclusive. Now, if somebody came in and said, when we did the liquid metal car, that was a lot more work. But that's the only car that was different in terms of the cost of doing things. The leathers, you pick whatever you want, but the stereo system, the floor, everything comes with the car done. It's turnkey, one price.
And this is what price?
$3,650,000 US.
Including
the car.
Tax.
Yes. Yeah. Then you can see how everything is new. It's a new car. And the nice thing is like these are upgraded rotors and alloy hats instead of the steel. But every piece of hardware, everything that was painted is powder coated. Everything that was black oxide is now black nickel, so it won't oxide. We've upgraded all the processes. And everything.
It's a 959 from 2024.
Yes. Every part, brake calipers, everything is made new. And it's either made new, it's either restored and upgraded, or it's replaced.
What's your favorite brand after Porsche?
Oh.
Is there one?
It used to be Mercedes.
Oh.
But I don't like their cars anymore.
Double.
After Bruno Sacco left, the cars, they do nothing for me. That new AMG Black Series looks like a Viper made in Germany.
No, We share absolutely the same thing.
And I don't love BMWs anyway.
Oh no! Give me the fist back. Huh? BMWs are great.
Yeah.
You drove the G80, the actual M3s right now?
No, I haven't driven those.
That's the reason why.
Okay.
Please.
Drive that?
We know each other for a few hours.
I'll drive that.
Please do that.
Okay.
Because if you race, if you like differentials, if you like suspension, if you like turn-in points, if you like mechanical grip, if you like nice engines, drive this car.
Oh, I will. Because for me, after this car, after Porsche, it's a big gap.
For me, I worked at Porsche. I have to say thank you to Porsche all my lifetime because they did a lot for me. After Porsche is directly BMW. And I got to say, the emotion they give to you in a modern car, what they do right now is so close to Stuttgart that it's dangerous.
Yeah, see, I don't know that. That's all.
Drive an M2 and drive an M3 or M4.
Okay, good. Good to know. Come on, I'm going to show you some other cool things before you leave, since you're here once.
Yeah. Ich liebe den Mann, ne?
Well, here's a 73 911S with 30,000 miles. Original.
Original color?
Original car, original paint.
Nice.
It's not restored. That's an original car. I go search for these cars everywhere.
But the wheels are painted new.
They're 7s instead of 6s.
Okay.
So they were standard with a 6-inch alloy.
The silver tone is a little light.
That's stock. But that's a 7-inch wheel instead of a 6-inch wheel. That's all. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is there only one of the 934s, the black one with the cool livery on it?
No, that's a 35. That car there?
Yeah.
So that's the 935, the factory car. That was a factory 935, 1979, that won the 24-hour Daytona.
So there's only one, right?
No. Interscope had lots of them.
With that color?
With that color.
Oh, okay.
They started with RSRs, 934s, 934.5s, 935s. That whole era, Interscope, Ted Fields, they raced with Danny and Guy and stuff. They raced those cars.
Well, they look great.
They look great. The colors are awesome.
Awesome.
And he didn't need sponsors. He was a very wealthy gentleman. Did not need any sponsors, so there was no sponsors on the car. And he had the wherewithal to buy all the newest Porsches all the time. And like this car won the 24-hour Daytona in '79. This particular car. Then here's the interesting thing. So here's a 906 Porsche. Mm-hmm. They were making completely into a street car.
Oh, you lose radium. That's radium. That's an American fuel brand.
It's all fuel injected. These are 3D printed. It's all fuel injected. Radial tires, Avons. We've changed the brake pads. We made new megaphone pipes, but they have mufflers in them. We heat
in the pipes.
In the pipes.
So it's a street legal car. You want
street legal car. Heat insulated the whole cabin. The doors on a 906 don't open all the way. They come up and then they slide out.
Yeah.
We built all of this. So when this is done, the doors open like a gull wing. See the little shocks and stuff? Mm-hmm. So the doors, when they're all on, they sit like this. Yeah. All in-house. We changed the shape of the seat. We lowered the floor. We changed the shape of the seat so you sit upright in it instead of having to lay down.
Yeah.
So it's comfortable. The air conditioning, all electric
air conditioning.
Electric air conditioning. See here? There's all the fans and evaporators. Look on this side. There's more of the system for the heating and air conditioning. Here's the AC compressor. Here's one of those electric compressors right here. And we don't modify the car. Everything is made so you can unbolt it. In 1 week, you could reverse this back to the race car again. But we did all that. Electric AC. We did a fuel cell in it, so it's safe. The emergency brake now works.
But the owner wants to drive it?
Yes. And in the United States, Road Scholars, you know who Road Scholars is?
No.
They restore 356s mostly, but they started an event where everybody drives 906s and 904s and 907s. And so, and then the guy said, oh, they're hot and I can't see out of it and, da-da-da. So that's
and you thought,
there you go. We're going to make it so you can do everything you want. And it's quiet enough and makes power. It's all Motec, so it's got cold start and everything. Starts right up. No matter what the altitude is, it'll run perfectly. Yeah.
And how much is something like this then?
I think all the work, the cars are worth what they're worth. I think a 906 is a $2 million car probably, something like that. And then all the work is probably another $500,000, I would imagine, in dollars, probably, to do the work. We did suspension work and everything. So
is there a shop like you somewhere else in America?
I don't know. I can't. I've not found one. I mean, there are shops that do things incredibly well, but they usually focus on one thing. You know, like a person will restore 356s and they're perfect, or a person will restore 300 SL Mercedes, or a person will just do upholstery or just do paint. We do everything. So, and it's because I'm a control freak and I want things perfect, and I'm here all day, every day. So yeah, you go over here. Yeah, here's the seats. So here's what a normal 906 seat looks like, and here's what we did for this car, for the driver. And now that we have room, he's comfortable, see? But it looks stock.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice. If you don't.
No. But now you sit in it, you don't have to lay down like this, you know?
So would it be possible to get a 956, 962 street legal in America?
Oh yeah, sure. It's old enough. Yeah, not hard.
No, nobody does it, right?
No, I don't know anybody does it. I mean, that one's going to be licensed in America, that 962, the Chopin car.
Yeah, no, but I mean a real one, a Porsche body.
Oh yeah, sure. But it's not practical because a 962 is too low to the ground. When he redesigned that car, he designed the body taller, but it doesn't look taller. No, he got all the proportions.
The wheelbase,
extremely good.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, I mean that car there will go in and out of a driveway. It'll go, you can drive that car. Yeah. See, we do everything.
Yeah, I checked it out already. It's amazing.
And then here,
and there's no CNC machine, so everything is really
hand done.
Yeah, hand.
Look at the welding on the titanium. You know, that's not cleaned. That's just the way he welds. So that 935 I've owned since new, 79. This was the last car the factory built in 79. They weren't going to build another one, and then because I was doing pretty well in an old car, they said, we'll build another car, and they helped me find a sponsor, and I found a partner to buy it with me, but I've owned it ever since. And then that's the car I race in the historic races, that 962.
Short one.
Huh?
With the short rear.
Yes.
I like this.
Yeah. That's a Chopin carbon tub car. There were only 3 or 4 of those. That's one of those. And then these are 959s, just waiting for an engine. That one's waiting for an engine. That one's waiting for the engine. We're getting engines done. And then these will get delivered. These are all new. Different colors, carbon steel, white, da-da-da-da-da. These are all getting done. This is a Turbo R Limited.
Yeah, I saw it.
Which you were. But here's the cool part. So this is a 934.5 that I made into a street car. So this car raced in Europe. Max Moritz. This was a Moritz car. I turned it back into a street car. Street tires, 17-inch wheels.
I love the wheels.
650 horsepower.
And they're water intercoolers, right? In between.
Yes, that's how they were. That's all the way through the 935. They're water intercoolers. Kraemer was the first one to do air to air. So this is that Sunoco blue. So it has a passenger seat.
What's the color name?
Sunoco blue, which is on the 91730.
Yeah, with the yellow one.
Yeah,
yellow stripes.
Yeah, and like I took the same thing. I took the lollipop seat, cut it, made it wider, put a speedometer in it, fuel gauge, passenger seat.
But you won't get that TUV approved. Trust me. If you cut a seat in Germany, done.
No, I mean Grant Larson tells me you can't do any of these modifications.
No, that's true.
Still has a ring in the door. Did you hear that? You see it? And so this is fake. It's not a dry brake anymore. And that one just twists off and put the fuel in it. So it still has a fuel cell.
So the same look.
I want it to be like it was.
And the Bosch Motorsport pumps.
Yep. And it's got a bumper under the spoiler, so if you don't hit this, you hit the tube. So you have something to drag on. But that's a street car. So
this is a beauty.
Huh? We just finished this car. So it's a 58 Speedster. But I changed everything. So the lights are Frenched in. You see this? They're not like that on a stock one.
They're on top.
They're on top. We louvered this, of course. This is a 2.2-liter engine built by John Wilhoit. So it's 180 horsepower.
Boah.
It's a 5. I put a 5-speed in this car.
From what car?
It's a new case that somebody's making, and then you take a 901 gearbox and use all those components and bolt it in there. Case. So it's a 5-speed. I took the molding off the side. I used this from Volkswagen and 550s instead of that big chrome light. Made an emblem for the size of the engine. The bumpers, 3/16 of an inch all the way around. All cut and fitted to the car.
And fitted perfectly.
Yes.
Guck dir mal an, die Stoßstange ist selbst gebaut. Guck dir mal an, wie die Stoßstange das Blech geht. Siehst du das?
The side molding is gone completely, the long side molding. The moldings down here are gone. The door handle, see how we machined it out? The tube.
It's a customer car, right?
No, we're selling this. We're just finishing it to sell it. The tube that holds the mirror normally gone.
But it was an original.
58 Speedster, and one person owned it 51 years. These side pieces here normally roll up onto here.
I know.
We reshaped these completely. We put the pleat in the door. We got rid of the moldings. The dash here had, remember, a second piece on it. We made this new piece to wrap it. This is extended out 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
The visor, new steering wheel, carpet to tunnel, the late shifter in it. The seats are hardbacks now instead of putting carpet on them. And that's just hard for the upholstery guy, but that's why they just stuck carpet on.
Right?
Yes. So we changed that. And then in the front, I did the emblem in chrome instead of gold. And here, same thing. Frenched in these lights. Changed this a little bit. No grill. Bumper.
You leave it open?
Yes, leave it open. There's oil coolers and stuff behind the horns. Took the Porsche off here because the emblem says it all. You know, the early Sebring mirror, the little one. So disc brakes. You know, 6-inch wheels. So the fenders, the rear fenders.
That's a real Sunday car.
Yep. The
That's
rear
a Sunday
fenders are
car.
pulled out this far so that you have a 6-inch wheel and it doesn't even look like it's sticking out.
Yeah.
You know, and it fits the body
Sometimes
nice.
that's too close. Some
Too
people
close.
do them
Yeah.
very, very close.
They look funny like that. So,
But wait a second. The EB 110.
yes.
Why?
I like those cars.
I mean, technically, I
I
was
bought
in the
one
factory.
of these. I bought one of these cars in 1995. A Super Sport. I've owned them over the years. This one I recently bought. It was the only one the factory painted in green, but it was a different green. It was a very unattractive dark green metallic.
Okay.
It looked muddy. The second person that owned this car painted it Bugatti blue, which I think is really horrible.
The car itself?
I don't on these cars.
Okay.
On an old Bugatti, I like it, but not on this car.
Okay.
So it was Bugatti blue. I stripped all that off and did it in this color. This is a Mercedes Designo color. I like this color. And then I've done it all cognac leather. I'll show you the seats. And I'm putting Super Sport wheels on it.
It runs?
It runs. These run good.
Yeah, but if they stay a lot, the turbochargers make problems.
Oh, yeah. But we've serviced them and we know how to work on them. So, but anyway.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. No, I think I went to the factory.
Yeah.
And closed.
Yeah.
And
right.
empty.
It's still just empty, right?
Yes, and the guy who took care of the factory empty, he's still there. So
Really?
we made a video with him, and it was very emotional.
Right.
Because he told me the story behind it, why it stopped and what happened
Right.
and all that.
Well, their
And he's-
timing couldn't have been worse for
Yeah,
the
exactly.
world economy.
Exactly. So he's still there.
That's
And he's
crazy.
still taking care of these empty halls. And then we took the pictures of these halls, and then the few video footage that you get where they're building them,
Right.
and put them on top of each other and see the empty holes now.
Right.
It's
Wow.
It's very crazy. No, I'm a big fan of these cars.
Yeah, so am I. I've had 4 or 5 of them.
Crazy.
I like them. So
But I'm amazed that you don't like them in blue.
I don't like them in blue. My Super Sport was silver, and my first GT was a dark. That was like carbonized steel. It looked like that color over there.
They made silver, blue, black, yellow.
They did a white one.
A white one. Michael Schumacher, his one was yellow.
The one that I had was a black metallic, and they said that was the only one that color,
Okay.
which looks like that carbonized
How many
steel.
were built?
92. 92 total.
I'm very impressed about your numbers, how fast you bring up every number from each car. I mean, also, this is a car that I never drove in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to say that I really drove nearly everything, but I never drove an F1
So this car is pretty amazing.
fast.
Fast. Well, lots of cars are fast, but it's light. And I like light cars. It makes a big difference how it feels here, right? And how it feels here. It changes everything. And it was unfortunate that when Gordon built this car, he was so far ahead of the world in terms of what he built that there were not good tires for it. There was not good brakes for it. There was not traction control that was really usable. And that's what it needed. If it had those 3 elements, it would have been a completely different car again. Because right now it overpowers the tires easily. And if you look at the history of these cars, there's been quite a few of them have had shunts, right? Quite a few.
Yeah.
And it's just because the tire is not nearly good enough for the car.
And it's a very high wall. I mean, the
Yeah,
tire
it's huge.
wall
Yeah,
is
it's high
huge.
wall. And even the Michelin engineer said it's an obsolete tire today. It's not anything like grip today that they have, but they don't make a new tire for it. And I tell people, put on the LM wheel, and then you got a 17-inch, and then you can put a better tire on it. But
It looks good.
yeah, it looks good too. Yeah, but sound and drivability, how it shifts, how it feels, how it turns,
Great.
everything. It's compliant
Are they
on a
reliable?
rough road. Pretty reliable.
Engine-wise?
Oh, engine-wise, totally reliable. anything in a shortcoming or reliability is electronic stuff. Because again, that's early on in terms of modern stuff, right?
Yeah, and the value really pumped up.
Oh,
I mean, because
in the United States, they're all over $20 million a car. So
and they were 2.
they were 1 for a long time. They didn't even
Think
sell
about
good.
it. Think about it.
I know.
1 million, 20 million.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
amazing.
And you can drive it around.
But it's timeless too. If you look at the design, because it wasn't overdone, you know, no big wings and dive planes and spoilers. It's
Is it
very
your car?
understated. No, it's a customer's car. I wasn't smart enough to keep one, and the last one I ever had, I think I sold when they were $3 million. I thought that they're never going to sell for more than that.
Well,
There you go. Well, but it wouldn't matter because if I had that car sitting in my place, in my home, and if I had that car sitting in my home, then I'd drive that. I wouldn't drive that.
no?
No, I'd drive that.
Okay. So this means this wasn't a car for the American series because
Yes.
this for the single turbochargers, the opening, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is a car that Yost ran in the United States in IMSA.
And they were able to switch them, right?
Yes.
Because-
Yeah. He switched it all the time.
Yeah.
This car had 3 different configurations he
yeah.
ran this
Right,
car.
right.
We
I
just
really love to drive them.
Yeah.
It's great.
we just restored this car, finished
Yeah,
it
you can
this
see
year.
that it looks
Yeah, came out great.
better than new.
Yeah. Well, when I restore one, there's no point in not having things fit in a line. You know, so, you know, when they're race cars, things rubbed and, well, you don't want to have to, and race cars are always getting redone. So we make sure the gaps fit and everything opens and closes nicely and the tail comes right off and the nose comes off. So we do some extra work to make, I don't want it better than new. I'm not trying to make the gaps perfect, but I want it so that things fit and stuff.
But what do people do with this?
Vintage racing.
They race with it?
Yeah, this was at Rensport. It ran in the races. It was there. It'll run again. It'll run again in regular historic races. This gentleman drives his cars, which is great. And then this, that is my 959 right there. That's my personal car.
That's Mode Grau?
That is Fashion Gray.
Yeah, Mode Grau.
Is that what it's called, Motor Golf?
Yeah.
And then, see what I did here? I left out the back seats. I just left the no fold down. I brought the carpet line up to there. So I put my bags in there when I go driving. I just throw my stuff in there. I put 993 hardback seats in it, which are so comfortable. I like them.
Yeah.
I like
I
them.
mean, but then you have the 959 style.
Oh, yeah.
The stitching.
No, I want it to look like it belongs in there.
Yeah.
I did a suede headliner in this car. Real suede.
Yeah, nice. I mean, the color combination is a dream.
Yeah.
So this you can't choose this color anymore.
No.
So you
no.
took one of the nicest colors available for yourself.
I think I can do that. And again, you see the side marker's gone and the hole in the side is gone for the jack.
You can do that.
And the front bumper, see the front bumper?
Yep.
There's that
No
look.
more hole.
No more hole and no more indentation for the plate.
And the side markers are new?
No, but this was blank, not used. And now that replaced that in terms of it has a bulb in it. So that's the side marker.
No, but this part is old.
That's old.
How you make them so smooth?
Oh, we polish them out. They're fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know this is possible.
And then this is my Outlaw. So that's a 911 engine without 2 cylinders.
How? No, you did not.
Somebody did. I didn't do it. He took the center cylinders out.
And the crankshaft,
Well-
you just cut the crankshaft.
Well, he mocked it up. He cut it all apart, and then he went and made a scan and made a new case that's a 4-cylinder 911 case.
Okay.
And new heads. And then Moldex company made a new crank.
The heads he could use the old ones.
Yeah.
4 and 6. That would
Right.
be possible.
But anyway, so it ends up 2.5 liter. This is the way we built it. We built it 2.5 liter.
That's power.
It makes 225 horsepower. Makes 190 foot-pounds of torque. It has a 901 look underneath, it has 901 suspension. Trailing arms, everything.
You still drive it?
All the time. This car gets used.
Geil. Even to see the head,
Yeah.
you know it as 6, you know
Yeah.
it longer, but it's the same style
Yeah.
and short.
And a factory Porsche oil tank off of 911. Why not, right?
And the big size.
Fits right in the fender, yes.
So you're way bigger.
Yep. This car was a GT ordered car to start with. It has an alloy deck lid and doors and hood and plexi windows. And so this car weighs 1,800 pounds and goes like a rocket. And it has 908 brakes on it, off of 908. I had a spare set, so we put 908 brakes. We built this car 12 years ago.
It's super fast.
Super fast. And handles and stops. And that's a 7-inch wheel. See, I brought these fenders out even more. Mm-hmm. That's a 7, that's a 6. And then inside...
The window?
Yep. Inside, I made the roll bar actually fit the car, not like the roll bars were. That way it's not in my way. You know, it's there, but I don't bump into it. And then it has plexi windows, but I wanted them to roll up and down. I didn't want to have the strap. You know, I'm going to put 1,000 miles on this car in a month on an event we go.
No, surely this got to be fast. 2.5 liter in that little thing.
It's really fast. The last California Mille we were on, we passed everybody, no matter what they thought they had. We were driving by everybody, and everybody said, "God, you passed everybody 3 times today." And we go somewhere else and come back, catch them, and pass them all again. Oh, it's just a blast.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's 59 A coupe.
Okay, well, thank you very, very much for your time.
Pleasure.
We really have
Totally
to head out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stay in contact. In case you're in Germany, I mean, I'm pretty sure you know a lot of people there.
Yeah. Did you get my card up front too? Did you grab it?
No, I will get it. And then I'm pretty sure we can show you also some things you maybe not seen before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Also Leute, wir ziehen los. Wir haben noch ein zweites Date, was wirklich sehr schön wird. Ich glaube, wir alle sind...
Das passt nicht mehr ins Video.
Nein. Aber wir sind, glaube ich, alle sehr begeistert von diesem Mann, weil er wirklich...
Der Typ ist ohne das ist, glaube ich, der krasseste Automensch, den ich jemals gesehen habe.
Ja, ich glaube auch. Ich glaube auch, dass der krasseste Mensch ist in seiner Gänze. So,
Rennfahrer und der weiß alles.
Weiß alles und schraubt alles. Hat alles, schraubt alles, macht alles. Ist super nahbar, super sympathisch, super lieb, super kümmernd. Wenn wir jetzt fragen würden, können wir noch immer die Duschen gehen und mal noch Mittagessen, sagt er 100% ja. Wirklich.
Das ist so krass.
Also wirklich, wirklich krass. Also ich bin super tief beeindruckt. Also, und man kann hier hinkommen, ne? Also wenn ihr mal in der Nähe hier seid, da vorne ist das Museum, also man kann hier reingehen. Deswegen, also,
Für lau.
Für lau. Viel Spaß. Tschüss.